2, 1. Hey, wonderful people. Welcome to PCP, the Pixel Clicks podcast. I'm Jordan Pollock, and this week's shirt is brought to you by the Chive, I think, who we are not sponsored by. Podcast
And
listeners,
Ron
remember to follow us. Yeah, remember to follow us on Twitter at PixelClicksPod to see this week's shirt in picture form. But as always, I am not alone. The ambassador for the PC Master Race.
Alone.
Yeah, I'm almost alone. It's a twosome today.
Yeah.
It's me and the ambassador for the PC Master Race, Cody Franklin.
Beep boop. What's up, everybody?
Yes, the Australian Thunder and the director and improv comedian could not be here. I'm not even going to say their names because they're not here. They got other stuff to do. Shane's in another country again, probably, and Sergio's probably also in a different state. I don't know what they're doing. So it's just the two of us, but we got a bunch of stuff to talk about because some things have happened in these past 2 weeks.
Yes, spoiler alert. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean,
relatively quiet 2 weeks, though. I mean, there's been a few things, but not a whole lot. I think we're in that E3 pre-E3 crowd has begun.
Like everyone's saving their stuff for E3, and I feel like because we had one major release this week, which was Uncharted 4, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And like I feel like a bunch of games just decided to stay away from it because it's like, hey, let's not mess about our sales because of this game.
You don't fuck with Nathan Drake, man.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just talk about Uncharted 4 right now because I played it. I beat it already, and I loved it.
10 out of 10 game of the year.
It's really high up there for me.
I haven't played it, but I have enjoyed all the GIFs on Reddit of all the crazy glitches from the animations and stuff. That's been great. There's been some hilarious ones.
Yeah, there's some crazy glitches and stuff, but I didn't experience any of that, so I guess I'm lucky. But I mean, with millions of people playing the game, I'm not surprised that people found glitches. Like I know I saw one where this dude, like, his arm was like stretched around his back, and then like Nate was like holding him in a headlock. It was weird looking.
I think my favorite was I think it was Sully who was climbing a ladder, and like halfway up he just decided to ascend into heaven. You know what? I can fly. Why am I climbing this ladder?
Yeah.
So
I mean, he is an old man. He's close to meeting Jesus.
He got clipped halfway up that ladder, and was just like, "Take me, Jesus."
Yeah. He just started ascending like one of the bird people from Red Dead Redemption. But yeah, so I'm still like marinating on it, trying to think if I like it more than Uncharted 2, which is by far the best game of Uncharted for me. Like, it's Uncharted 2 was hard to beat, but I feel like 4 might have done it.
Ooh. You heard it here first.
The story in Uncharted 4 is just fantastic. It's phenomenal. It's one of the best stories of that type for that series. I'm not gonna say it's the best game of all time because there's clearly better games.
I did like the didn't they have a Crash Bandicoot Easter egg?
Oh yes, they
made
did.
Everybody lose their fucking minds.
Yeah, like it's early in the game. It's like in chapter 4. That's like maybe an hour and a half into the game. You get this Crash Bandicoot Easter egg, and it's a part of the game. It's not really an Easter egg. It's just you have to play that to continue the game, and it's so crazy because Crash Bandicoot was owned by Activision, so that's why Crash was never in any like PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. That's why he wasn't there. That's why Sony has not done another Crash game for years now. It's because Activision owns the rights and they have final say. But the weird thing is, Activision wasn't in the credits for Uncharted 4. So that's leaving a lot to speculate that maybe Sony bought back the rights. We don't know. No one said anything. Yeah, that would be insane. Like,
I'd love, man. That was, I think, one of my, like, when I'm thinking back as far as I can to like what I played as a little young tiny version of myself.
Yeah.
That might have been like at least one of my first 3 games was Crash Bandicoot Lost in Time.
Oh gosh.
And that one was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was a good intro to video games. Can you see why I got hooked, folks?
Yeah, I mean Crash Bandicoot, that especially for PlayStation gamers, that game has a legacy. It has a lineage. It just has a soft spot it's a soft spot in my heart for sure, and a lot of people's hearts. So getting to play that in Uncharted 4 was insane. Like I thought, in the scene, it's Nate and Elena. They're sitting down and the arguing about who's gonna do dishes, and Nate's like, "Oh, you know what? I'll play you for it on your computer video game thingy."
Yeah.
And Elena makes fun of him for that. She's like, "No, watch this. I got this." And they boot up a PlayStation 1, and it does the whole, it shows the white screen, the black screen, and then the Crash logo pops up. I'm like, oh! Then you play it, and then you actually have to play the level and like try to beat the high score, and then it's great. It was one of the best. It was a nice treat. It was fantastic. But yeah, that game is like, if you have a PS4, I highly recommend that you play that game. Like, even if you've never played an Uncharted game before, because yes, you'll not have a lot of context for like who Nathan Drake is, who Elena is, but they kind of like set it all up for you right at the beginning. Like, here's this character, that's who you're gonna be, and then here's his wife that you meet, and then oh no, he has a brother that we're all meeting for the first time now. So it's kind of a thing where it's like, if you're a veteran to the Uncharted games, then you are Nathan Drake. He's like, I've done this before, like I'm tired of it, but I'm doing this to help my brother. And if you're new to this series, then like you can probably relate more to Sam, Nathan's brother, because he's new to this whole adventure life thing. He's like, oh man, this is great. Is it always like this? And Nate's like, no, maybe. Yeah, it's always, people are always shooting at us. It's how it always is.
Do you think that could possibly be like a way to kind of like transition into maybe his story for future games?
So. Like the way Uncharted 4 ends, it's a happy ending. There's a happy ending. Sorry guys, if this is a spoiler. Yeah. But it's Uncharted. There's always a happy ending for Uncharted. That's what that is. It's not The Last of Us. There are like, yeah. It's the exact opposite of Uncharted. Like, same company though. Like you can see the narrative touches and mechanics that are taken from The Last of Us, but it's still an Uncharted game, and those games, they're pulp action flicks, it's like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Sean Connery was in one of them. He's Indiana Jones' dad. He didn't die. Like, yeah, he didn't die, right?
I honestly, spoiler alert, I don't watch Indiana Jones.
You know what? So. You should just doesn't matter. But yeah, it was a happy ending. But yeah, the way it ended, I can fully see them doing another Uncharted game with starring Sam. Because Nate's story, it's over. He's done. He's done with that life. But they set it up so Sam can go ahead and do these adventures too, or they can have another character continue the Uncharted lineage. It doesn't matter. It's Uncharted. Do whatever you want. But in terms of Nathan Drake,
be going into Uncharted territory. It's been a while since we whipped out the air horns. Wow.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, if you have a PS4, play Uncharted 4. If you want to play through all of them, get the Nathan Drake collection on PS4. Do that and then play Uncharted 4. Point is, if you have a PS4, play Uncharted 4.
Do it.
It's one of the best. It's the best looking game on PS4 right now. Like, it's breathtaking how great that game looks, which makes sense. Naughty Dog's a first party studio, so they should be good at it.
I saw a picture on Reddit and it was like, if you get your Nate's head in just the right angle with the lighting, you can see like the light go through the cartilage of his ears. Someone was like, I tried that in real life. That's more realistic than real life, man. This game's hyper realistic.
Yeah, like the Naughty Dog put in so many like small touches and everything. It's crazy. Like there was one point, I'm trying to think of one that wouldn't be a spoiler. Okay. Hard pass. Now, well, a lot of times when there's a lot of water involved in the game, and every time you go in water, you can see.
Is it Fallout 4? No.
You can see him get drenched and everything, but over time when he's standing in the sun, you see him start drying up and stuff, and it looks great.
That's one thing I like about this generation is like I feel like maybe I just said like a lot. Wow, it's late, folks.
Yeah.
I feel like textures didn't maybe make as big of a jump as I thought they would have. But
Yeah.
it's the little touches like that that I feel like we got a lot more in this generation, which is
Yeah.
something I'm really loving. You know, the little animations and details and things like that that we have so much more in this generation than we had in pretty much ever before. It's
Yeah.
really fantastic. You know, the Tomb Raider, of course. You know,
Oh
same
God,
way.
yeah.
The game has so many just tiny little touches and whatnot that is just fantastic. So
Like
I'm
you
loving
can
it.
see all the little jangly things on Lara's belt just moving as she's climbing
Yeah.
something. Like, but yeah, if you have a PS4, get Uncharted 4. If you haven't played any of the Uncharted games, get the Nathan Drake collection. It's like $20, I think. Like, do it. Play those games. They're great. They're great action games. And great stories. There's great stories in all of them. But another game that just came out is Doom.
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 Spoiler alert, it's apparently effing awesome. So,
Yeah, like before Doom came out, like people, I know I was worried because
oh
no
yeah,
review copies went out at all. I was like,
that was a big
that's
red sign. Yeah,
yeah, that's generally not a good sign. But turns out it's good.
yeah,
At least the single player is fantastic. People are really
yeah.
liking the single player
That was
campaign
part of
of
the
Doom.
thing too. Is the reason people were kind of worried about it beforehand is because so much of the footage that they were showing was, especially because even the beta that they put out was multiplayer,
Yeah,
and the multiplayer is really not that good. Which apparently, from what I've heard, is they actually outsourced that to another whole studio.
really.
And it shows because so many of the mechanics are different from how the single player plays. They're
Yeah,
pretty much two different games, and that's kind of why people are like, "Oh, this doesn't look good at all." And then it finally came out, and I think like the last week or two before it came out, they finally started showing a lot of single player footage, and went, "Okay, this is
yeah,
fucking Doom, hell yeah!" Oh, so I haven't
yeah.
played it
No,
myself, but I've been watching a bunch of streamers play it, and it looks incredible. So I know I'm not going to touch the multiplayer, so I'm one of those people who's like, I don't want to pay $60 for a 20-hour campaign, but I might just do it because it looks freaking awesome.
I'll tell you this right now. I am one of those people, and I will buy. I will spend $60 for a 20-hour campaign. I don't
Yeah,
care about the multiplayer at all. I will. I want to play that story because I hear it's a lot like Wolfenstein, the New Order, which perfect. I love that
yeah.
game. I would like to do that, but with Doom. Like sure, if that's what it's like, then yes, I'm definitely gonna do that. I want to play through it. Still trying to decide what platform to play it on though. I'm not. I need to check the specs of
It
my
runs
gaming stuff.
surprisingly like incredibly well on PC. It's one of
Yeah,
the best optimized games I've seen.
that's right here.
Probably like it's up there with like Witcher 3, if not better.
Yeah,
And you know, there's nothing close to it in the last 5 years. You know, other than probably Witcher, like I said. They did a very good job of catering to my master race of PC
yeah,
gamers. For once, we didn't get treated like the redheaded stepchild. So I'm happy about that.
yeah,
That's part of me wanting to support it. Is like, all right, this developer did good. I should give them my money.
yeah. Like I'm mostly torn because I've always played Doom on consoles. That's when I was introduced to it. That's how I've always played it. And you know, also I played Wolfenstein on console. So I'm thinking about it. Since I'm not playing multiplayer stuff, then I would rather play it on a control
Mhm.
rather than mouse and keyboard.
You can play it on a controller on PC. Come on.
Yeah. But also, I don't.
I get you though. I get
I need to make sure my laptop can run it,
you. Yeah.
run it well, because I want that 200 frames per second. That's what I want. If I can't have it, I'll just settle for 60 on console or whatever it is. If I can't have the best, I'll just settle for
Settle for the
minimum
rest.
requirements.
Hey.
But yeah, so Doom's doing well. I'm glad Doom is doing well. I would like to see more classic franchises come back in a great way, like this. Did you see the Terminator 2 Easter egg?
Yeah,
Hidden?
there's a lot of really good Easter eggs in that game. They have the class. You have like corridors you could randomly walk into, and the game turns into classic like Doom 1. and things like that. And I think I saw the helmet from Skyrim on a skeleton. And
That's
somebody,
great.
and a few others like that. Yeah, they did a really good job with the Easter eggs.
I hope you get to fight Mecha Hitler or Spider Hitler or whatever. That'd be great.
Oh Lord! Oh, that
You know,
crazy
shout-outs to
Hitler guy.
Yeah. Oh, that Hitler. I feel like that might be the title of this one.
Bill Burr, I was watching. He was just on a Swedish talk show,
Yeah.
and like he literally opened with a Hitler joke. That's
Oh,
Bill
jeez.
Burr. He's like, they asked him if it was his first time there, and he's like, no, he'd been there before, but he said, gotta tell you, I agree with Hitler on this stuff, man. You guys are some beautiful fucking people. I can really see why he was so obsessed with people. Everywhere I go, it's just gorgeous people. He had the right idea. I was like, oh God, Bill Burr, that crazy guy.
Yeah, he's right. He's very right.
They are beautiful people.
Beautiful people. I don't know about the agreeing with Hitler. Well, if Hitler thought they were beautiful people, then I guess I agree with Hitler on that one thing.
Jordan agrees with Hitler is the name of our podcast tonight.
It's just I agree with Hitler. That's all. I wonder if we'd get in trouble for that one.
Hitler had the right idea. No, we can't do Hitler did nothing wrong because he did a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
can't-
things that
no.
were wrong. But his fascination with the beautiful white people of the North,
Yeah.
I can get it.